ahead with other motorists, threading the needle, coming head-to-head with innocent drivers.
He got a piece clipped.
The bridge here. He is now going the wrong way on the entrance ramp.
Oh my God, bro! He cooked the cops. He's booking it. Apparently, there's a live high-speed chase in LA of David. No fucking shot. It's actually David. Get the hell out of here. There's no way it's actually David. Wait, really? Send me the link right now. It's not David. It's probably a high-speed chase, but it's not. I was just watching it. It is. How do you know it's actually David? No way. What?
Pretty close to him right now, and now it's just a matter of just seeing where he's going to go.
He's definitely flying past all the other cars on the freeway, which we believe are going 60, 65, 80, 70. He's blowing by them. So maybe
that doesn't look like him, bro. What are you talking about? That's like a fat old man, I think.
Thankfully, traffic is not very congested in the direction that he's moving. Although maybe I spoke too soon. Here in the direction that he's moving. Although maybe I spoke too soon. Here he is on the shoulder, avoiding a slowdown there, and this is just
y'all are such assholes, bro.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, Giovanna, he's really speeding up now, using that left lane actually on the shoulder now to really accelerate past all of this traffic. Really tenuous with all of these innocent motorists in play here. Really limits the options for LAPD. And now it does indeed look, as he crosses underneath the 405 freeway, he is committing to the southbound 110, but they are now asking for California Highway
Ultimate
Patrol
One Guide?
to
I mean, yeah, I couldn't resist.
California Highway Patrol isn't quite ready just yet, but they're going to get
couldn't
ready.
resist.
LAPD is prepared to hand this off. They're going to keep following it. They're going to stay behind them as long as they can. And then once CHP can get their pursuit package together, a pursuit package being a primary unit and a secondary unit and a backup unit at the very least, to be able to execute that felony stop once this vehicle comes to a complete stop. And hopefully this comes to a peaceful resolution. CHP will be prepared to bring the suspect in custody, but until they're ready to take it over, LAPD is going to stay right behind them. So they're in the middle of that transition process of handing it off to the California Highway Patrol, especially as he remains committed to the 110 freeway. Now, if he gets off the freeway,
why does it say murder suspect?
Other agencies
I don't
to
know.
get involved, or if
why the fuck do you think the only murder suspect in Los Angeles is David right now?
With two hands, I saw the left hand move as if he was, fiddling with the phone.
You think that's the only murder that took place?
Very fast on that shoulder. Puts everyone else at risk.
Yeah, we caught a glimpse of that cell phone too. Obviously tinted windows there, but it does appear, as you mentioned, guys, that passenger seat is empty. Not clear if there's anybody else in the back, but it does appear, in all likelihood, the suspect may be by himself here. But right now, he's got two hands on the wheel. We were able to take another peek through that front windshield there, but he does appear to be trying to.
The driver's apparently blasting David's music. Why are you saying that?
He does have full control of the vehicle. He's navigating the traffic pretty well, albeit at extreme speeds at times, as he tries to get past some of this traffic. But a bulk of the volume is now behind us. And as we look further down towards the port of Los Angeles, as the 110 freeway takes us past Sepulveda here, he has a wide open 110 freeway to play with much milder traffic. But eventually, the 110 freeway, as you guys know, will come to an end here pretty shortly. He has opportunities to get off. In fact, I think he's only got a couple more exits. Eventually, he will either end up on surface streets or potentially over towards the Vincent Thomas Bridge if he continues towards the port here. But, we don't know where this originated. We know the pursuit started in Hollenbeck, but not clear whether he is heading towards a specific destination.
He's actually David, I'm not kidding. When mom find the poop sock, really? You're going to try to poop sock me right now?
Yeah, or if he even knows where he's going at this point, if he even knows that the freeway is going to be coming to an end, which could create some complications as he starts to navigate surface streets.
Someone said, heard the driver make fun of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's why they're hunting him down, dude. Welcome to Trump's America. Even in woke libtard California, you come for Charlie Kirk. You heard he said Charlie Kirk is not the best guy. That's what he said, which is sufficient grounds for a termination, obviously. What is this music? It's called Animal Cum music.
To a different division, We have been in the city of LA this entire time, but the fact that he was on the freeway did prompt them to hand it off or attempt to hand it off. What I'd like to do when you have a chance, Josh, just want to peek over at that primary unit, that SUV behind him. I think that is still LAPD.
Oof.
I just want to double check. That
Dude,
is
the craziest
still
thing about LA
LAPD.
drivers is like they're so unfazed. Like that's wild to me that this guy's still gunning it down the highway. Meanwhile, there's an active police pursuit happening right next to him.
You know, they have to have the units available. Here he is getting off.
Whoa.
He's going to cut somebody off. He's going to go over the gore point here, and he's going to get off.
Damn, he is doing the damn
let's see.
thing.
We'll get this exit here. It's at the Terminal Island exit, but he's now going to be on surface streets here momentarily as this ramp takes him underneath the 110 freeway and eventually towards the Vincent Thomas Bridge. He is actually about to get on the Vincent Thomas Bridge if he doesn't take this final exit here, which will be Harbor Boulevard. If he bypasses Harbor, he will end up on the bridge and he will take us all the way into the port. It looks like he's hugging that left lane, and if I'm not mistaken, he is now committed. He is now committed to, oh no, over the gore point. This is his last chance. A little last-minute maneuvering there really points to what you were talking about, guys. He really may not know where he wants to take this. He possibly
he's slowing
is
down.
just making this up, going the wrong way.
Oh,
Taking the entrance
no,
ramp,
look at
going
this.
off.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
going to lose
Oh my
these cops
goodness.
going head on with these semi-tractor trailers that are trying to get towards the port, now going the wrong way on Palos Verdes Street as he comes head-to-head with other motorists, threading the needle, coming head-to-head with innocent drivers.
he got
trying
a
to
piece
get onto
clipped.
the bridge here. He is now going the wrong way on the entrance ramp.
Oh
off at
my
Harbor
God,
Boulevard,
bro.
making a wild
He
left-hand
cooked the
turn
cops.
here
He's
and
booking
really
it.
ramping things up. This is going to change the entire profile.
I mean, on the
of this
straight, they'll
pursuit.
pick
That
back up,
maneuver
but that is
enough to
crazy,
attract a
dude.
lot
He
more
is.
attention going over the dividing cone
Oh
there,
my
and
God,
now
bro. That
trying
is.
to just put
That
any of
motherfucker is
distance
locked
that he can
in,
between
bro.
him
That is
and those primary units.
crazy.
But you can see now we have clear desperation. There's a guy directing traffic right here. He's like, what's going on with this guy? Well, he has no idea. This is a major pursuit coming right through the port here.
Yeah, that
This
that
suspect
motherfucker better get out of the way
desperate.
before the
He
cops
is now
run him over.
desperate to get away. We are seeing a much different behavior now behind the wheel than we've seen at any point during this pursuit.
Bro,
as he tries
Toyotas
to
are
figure out his
so
next move
durable,
here.
man.
I
That is
hesitate to say,
nutty.
where he's going to maybe end up next here. But,
Like, how are you gonna be whipping a Corolla like that? That is crazy.
Going the wrong way, head on with all those vehicles without any regard for anybody's safety here. We're seeing clear violations of multiple traffic rules, and obviously,
As a Mazda,
he can't go the wrong way the way he is willing to go. So now
is
they have
it?
to reconfigure their strategy, figure out how to get units ahead of him. I don't far back. I doubt they
I think it's a Corolla hatchback, no?
But it looks like there's a black and white at the bottom of the screen. So there is somebody prepared there. Look at him. He's
many
going
close
against
calls.
traffic again and now getting back on the 110. He went through that intersection, past cross traffic, almost got into another head-on collision, and is now going northbound.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a
110. He's
Yaris,
gonna get back on
right?
the freeway
Like a
here.
hatchback.
Just look at the damage there. That was not there before, I do not believe.
Well, I
think that
can't
is
read it.
real
What is?
bumper damage as he ran up against one of those
I think
oncoming
it's a
vehicles.
Yaris,
There was a
right?
minor collision there, and that may start to affect the
God
vehicle.
damn,
We'll
bro.
see
The
what he does here.
Japanese know how to make cars, dude.
Now going the opposite direction. We'll see, guys. This is getting a lot more dangerous by the second.
Guys, I used to have a Camry Sport
I think you're
Edition. This
right.
is
I
like
think
a
he
lower
hit
version of
those
that.
vehicles. I don't know if it was one of the big trucks or that pickup truck, but I think his tail bumper smashed into somebody as he was trying to squeeze.
Corolla
his way through
hatchback,
and
that's
he was
my
going
car.
backwards.
Well-
He's about to lose
Coming
the whole
up, yeah,
bumper.
it's coming
Well,
up.
I do
your
believe
car
that
is
bumper has
cooked,
damage
chatter.
from an earlier collision. It looks that way to me, but this is about to go.
And when this does go, it creates a terrible situation for drivers behind him. That's going to fly onto some car. You know, the bumper there will likely fly into traffic
Yeah.
lanes.
Guy thought David was
Yeah, that
driving a
bumper's really
Corolla.
concerning. If that bumper flies off, it's only being held on by a couple of bolts now. If that bumper flies off, that could create a real hazard for any number of the drivers that are in the vicinity here.
Banana
It's also
peel,
gonna
yeah.
affect the vehicle
No,
at some
literally.
point here.
That shit
Now
flies
we have a
off. The cop
dangling
that's in
bumper,
active pursuit
that
is going to
not
have a hard time.
a piece of
That
rubber.
could
That
rip
is
their
a
tires
real
potentially.
hazard if that flies through somebody's windshield. So you've got that factoring in here. LAPD still in pursuit here, able to get on the freeway with him. I can't tell you exactly how far. About a half mile, I'm being told. About a half mile back is the closest unit. So once again, it's falling on that helicopter to maintain a visual of this suspect as he comes speeding up the 110 freeway. Now, you noticed as we got past Sepulveda earlier, things really got lighter on the 110 freeway. Now that he's going the opposite direction, he doesn't have much traffic.
I just want to remind the chat that there is constant 24/7 surveillance all around the state.
Things are about to change. There's a lot more traffic
And therefore,
coming up if he
a lot of this stuff is just useless and incredibly dangerous. I mean, that's not going to stop us from consuming it.
more comfortable on the
But
freeway, though, in general.
there's a reason why a lot of places actually don't have car chases, and it's actually illegal
He just didn't feel
for police to give chase, because in most circumstances when these car chases happen, it's obviously very, very dangerous for the random onlookers, civilians, other drivers. Sometimes maybe you're about to fly to a different country, and there's a car chase that takes place that ends right near where the airport is, and then it fucking cooks you.
And he is bent on getting away any way that he can.
It can happen.
Yeah, you're
And then you
right
have to
about
get the
that.
next flight out
And
instead.
we don't even know if this vehicle,
And it's goddamn annoying. That sounds personal? No, no.
Working with in terms of information, we don't know if this is a stolen vehicle, what other crimes are involved surrounding this.
Open it on the other screen also. You don't want to ban for this? No, he's in the car, dude. I'm not.
Complete stop.
Unless they stop
May or may not
and the
hit
cops
it.
actually come out,
He is dedicated to that shoulder. He's using that shoulder.
there is very little likelihood that I'm going to see something. I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn here, but
See now, it looks like there's 2 units coming up ahead.
if he gets into a high-speed collision, I'll click away.
Look at that. They've stopped
But you won't
traffic.
actually end up. You won't actually see
They spiked him
the
in
violence
middle of
anyway.
rush hour traffic on the freeway to
Oh my
point
God,
that
it's
spike
holding
strip,
by a
and
thread.
It looks like it may have been
worked.
successful.
Brilliant.
Look
Oh,
at
that he got
front left
spiked.
tire. If
Brilliant.
that front left tire was struck, it's most likely that the front right tire was
They
likely
spiked
struck.
him.
That
Damage
looks
too.
like that
See
tire
that?
is already deflating from hitting that spike strip. That is going to really slow this vehicle
cooked.
down here as he tries
cooked.
to get
It's
off
over.
around the semi-truck,
GG's.
back on the
GG, no
shoulder
re.
here. Excellent job by the California
he's slowing
Highway
down.
Patrol, able to set up for that spike strip. That's why
I don't
they
think we've seen
communicate
that
amongst
before.
each other to try and coordinate.
I don't think we've seen that before on a freeway.
Move, Giovanna. It's been especially with all that traffic. The freeway
Yeah, I can't
spike
believe they
is something
spiked
they will
him
try, but it's
on the
something we
f***ing
saw coming up in
freeway.
the desert or maybe up the Grapevine where they've got a long stretch of freeway. And
Someone
empty
said this
pavement
car
just lay
represents
down that spike
America.
strip. I think you're right. I
Yeah,
have
this is
never
it's
quite
holding
seen
on
it
by a
in the
thread. It's the
middle of
bumper,
rush
dude.
hour traffic. They
The
were
bumper
able to
represents
effectively
America's
create a
power
traffic break and then
as the
right
global
after traffic
hegemon.
break, lay down a perfect spike strip right as he cleared.
Just let it
the
go,
traffic
man.
jam
Let
there.
it go.
Now it looks like he's thinking about getting off the freeway, getting off of the 110 freeway now, as that
goes.
tire is
Oh, that tire's
already
gone.
coming off.
Yeah.
That tire was immediately
There it
deflated.
is.
There goes the tire. Now he's riding on
There's
one
in trouble.
rim. I don't know what the other side of the vehicle looks like, but he's
Uh-oh.
getting off now. LAPD right behind him. He's coming between these 2 vehicles here. We know he's willing to ram into other cars. He's done it already. He's gone the wrong way. He has sped right through traffic, and now
Oof.
it looks like this vehicle is on borrowed time. Tyler, when we get a chance at some point, if we can come around the passenger seat, I would like to see just what that other side of the vehicle looks like. But this vehicle is coming apart at the seams. We've got one tire completely gone. We've got the bumper dangling off here. There is other damage, and we're going to see how much longer this holds up. But right now, he just turned onto Del Amo Boulevard off of Fig, and he's slowing down dramatically. Also, the fender is also interfering with that front right wheel. So, it's a Toyota. It'll go the distance, but it is on borrowed time, guys.
Absolutely. And if you are just joining us, we have been on this pursuit. What's very important about this pursuit is we believe that this is a murder suspect. So beware of that. If this does come to an end and he jumps out of the vehicle, we need to be prepared for any possible scenario. We believe this is a very dangerous person that is in this car. And there's the damage. Front right tire as well. The passenger side tire looks like they got that as well. They lured him with
right.
that shoulder, Chris, and he fell for it. He went right at it and went right at them and that spike strip.
It was a work of art for law enforcement here. I mean, they're going to be congratulating that officer that laid down just a perfect spike, and great teamwork by that squad to, again, create the traffic break, create the opportunity, and basically bait him, like you said, and eventually knock out both of those front tires. That right tire is now on borrowed time. He is slowing down dramatically. This is a slower speed pursuit now, coming northbound on Main Street.
Bro, of course it's glazed, dude. Are you kidding me? It's mainstream.
And
this guy is a legend too. He's a local legend. The helicopter guy.
I just don't. You never know. I mean, he's going to try and take this.
They love glazing the cops. This is their favorite pastime.
Was severely impacted. We know the left tire came off.
I just got here. Is this David? No, dude, it's not.
Maybe even the rear tire too.
Yeah.
Maybe even that right rear as well.
Might have been affected.
So you know, it's unusual that you get both. It's unusual that you get both, because what happens is you have those spikes. Those spikes are like little straws that are pointy, and they go right into
Give it a few minutes until he switches cars. I don't think he has a partner in crime, man.
Rubber, and basically allows the tires to slowly deflate. And occasionally, if he turned the wheel at all, especially if he tried to avoid the spike
he was doing really well,
he was
though,
able to get some more spikes in the back.
This alleged murder suspect was doing really well with the Toyota Corolla Sports Edition.
Of potential dangers. He's slowing down. We know that he's wanted for murder. We don't know if he's armed.
However, if it's a stabbing suspect, they may play it a little bit differently.
I should have never taught you old what 6'7" is.
With. There is an incident commander making the call at each and every step of this pursuit. Coming up on a busy intersection here. This is going to be Main Street at Victoria. It's the first major intersection since we've gotten off here after that spike, and now it looks like he's
so
stopping
cooked,
for
dude.
traffic.
There's no
now
way.
Going through the intersection, continuing northbound on Main at a very slow speed, maybe about 25 miles per hour, Josh, something like that. Not more than 30 miles per hour at the very most. So
just got here. My daughter always says 6'7". I missed it. Please tell me.
You know, just expends whatever is left, because his time is. He knows his time is.
We got hella boomers in here. As cute as hell.
He's really enjoying.
It doesn't mean anything. It's just the thing that Zoomers and Gen Alpha say.
Obviously, the open
they go
question.
6'7". It's just a TikTok thing.
Cooperate. You know, you can only.
Like, it literally doesn't mean anything.
Will end as peacefully as possible. But what we can, you know, kind of breathe a sigh of relief about is that
and it became like a viral meme.
Come down dramatically, and that is, again, thanks to that perfect spike strip, which really has now really decreased the risk involved in this pursuit.
No, it's a LaMelo Ball in Skrilla. No, I know where it comes from. Shut up.
And they're lucky enough to
I'm saying that there is no. It doesn't have a real meaning though.
As he continues now,
it's just a thing that people say.
Yeah,
he's
it's
a thing
still
that
around.
Kids say.
A lot of folks right now that could be collateral damage if something gets really bad here. But you're right. He may be at that point where he has nothing to lose. Maybe they are content to just ride this out. Maybe if they're lucky, they could even communicate with him through his cell phone. We don't know.
This, by the way, this right here is the most like 48-year-old diss I've ever seen in my life. I love that we got the normies in here, which means we got the hogs in here, which means that we got like the divorced dad brigade in here as well. Hasan, you were one of those kids who tried to hammer a cube into a circular slot when you were younger, right? Like, damn, bro, just say I'm stupid. You know, what is this? Why do you have to reveal age, sex, and location with that?
A cautious approach as we start to see a little bit of smoke emanating from that front right tire.
ASL is boomer too. I know, that's why I mentioned it.
And he's now on two rims. The front two tires have now completely come off. He's driving on nothing but rim on the front, and those rear tires are just barely holding up.
Yeah. And we've seen this before. Other pursuit suspects in cars driving on wheels. So much so that sparks start to fly.
And the car catches on fire.
We've seen it about 3 times this week already.
Wow.
God damn.
He's going to have
this guy's like, I see cars on fire all the time.
Right now. But trying to turn this thing on metal rims, on asphalt, will be exceptionally difficult. I'm sure he knows that as well. It's a matter of him just deciding when to stop.
And you can see the other vehicles stopping. I'm sure the lights and sirens are giving them, you know, the information they need to know to stop and just be cautious and let officers and this pursuit suspect go by. We've been following this pursuit since about a few minutes after 4 o'clock. It started in the Hollenbeck area, and this suspect is wanted for murder. He was driving on our local freeways in the South LA area all the way to Long Beach very recklessly at high speeds.
This is LA streets? I mean, I don't know what part of LA this is, but it's not like
perfectly planned spike strip on the 110
LAPD is allowed to pit
and
maneuver. They do it all the time.
He lost his tires.
I don't know why they're not doing it in these. Like, they usually do it in a less crowded part.
We still don't have information on exactly what murder
This is South Bay near LAX.
But this is a murder suspect, and he is obviously refusing to give up. That's dangerous.
Close calls here. Yeah, he's taking every opportunity to squeeze through here, despite the red light, going right through the red light, right through cross traffic here at Rosecrans Avenue, northbound on Main Street. You're right, David. That's when everything changed with that spike strip. It'll go down in the LAPD highlight reel for sure.
Oh my God, LAPD highlight reel.
CHP. We'll have to double check that. I believe that was CHP that set up for that spike strip. Either way, great teamwork on the part of both LAPD and the CHP. And I would say for about the last 5 to 10 minutes, he's really been going in a straight line.
Yeah, he can't.
Bro, stop saying it's David.
So let's show
it's
you
not.
the wrong way video first. Look at this, the audacity as he turns into
They love running. They love rerunning the top moments. But stop saying it's David. The reason why is because cops are too busy doing this dumb shit instead of just like waiting it out, staking out whatever location he arrives at, and then arresting him after the fact. So they're too busy doing this dumb shit instead of actually prosecuting David potentially. David is a singer, and there was a dead, decomposing body found in his car. And then recently, yesterday, it came out that the body belonged to a 15-year-old who had just turned 15, as a matter of fact, and that seemingly David had actually groomed and potentially had a pedophilic relationship with. Wait till the pod. I'm gonna talk about all of it, but I talk about it on the pod, but I already talked about it. You don't know he's guilty? I don't. You're right. But all of the readily available evidence so far points to a tremendous amount of guilt. I mean, they had matching tattoos and stuff, so unless all of that is just a lie, and the victim's mother was just like, I had this topic first. Austin, what are you talking about? You don't get to own this topic. I have already covered it extensively this morning. I'm just catching people up on it. Calm down. Yeah. Like, you can't call dibs on a topic and then get me to stop covering it on my broadcast. People say I come unprepared. Okay, the only thing you prepped for is the biggest story that we obviously were going to talk about that I've already covered. What's wrong with you? Find new topics right now. Austin moved to LA, so he lost all. You're right. It's because he moved to LA. He doesn't got no plane stories no more. I also prep for Jimmy Kimmel. You stole that one too. Okay, what's next, bro? You're going to talk about the fucking Trump administration's First Amendment violations? Like, those are my topics. What's next, dude? You're going to talk about Trump too? Dude, don't cover Trump. Don't cover Trump. That's my topic now. Go back to living in Portland so you can have some plane and airplane and airport stories again, okay? Clearly, you have lost the sauce. All you love talking about nowadays is being gay in WeHo, which is something that you were doing anyway. You were talking about being gay in Portland.
105 freeway, and the slow speed chase continues.
Austin be like, dude.
Just following now at a safe
Austin be like, dude, don't cover this car chase. I'm going to cover it on the podcast.
Busy intersections that there is police activity coming.
Austin comes in here, watches my stream, comes up with talking points, and then he's like, this is my story.
Crash. You know, he could very easily T-bone as he moves through these busy intersections through cross traffic.
There's an update on Celeste. Their former teacher said some stuff. Wait, what?
Traffic and opportunity, waiting for his space. We'll see at what point we may decide to just kind of come around LAX's airspace and meet up.
Dude should get rid of the fourth tire and get on a railroad. True.
We may have to lose sight of him momentarily. We'll see how far he takes it. We're going to try and keep the camera on him.
I think he's officially reached airspace that helicopters can't go to, right? That's what it is, right? That's why they're following from afar. So yeah, one of the metas in police chases is because cops have police helicopters as well. Airport is a meta, and it's always abused. It's a abusive ass meta, which is why it's annoying because like they oftentimes do apprehend these guys near the airport, but basically they do that so they can evade the police helicopters and also the news helicopters as well. Airport is pretty OP. Obviously, my favorite is parking lot with like above ground coverage. Parking lot swap outs, bike swap outs, or overhead swap outs. Like those are overpass swap outs. Sorry, those are really good ones. And it's funny because like we use this kind of stuff in No Pixel, right? But it unironically is that these guys have done in real life and have successfully done too. Look at Austin trying to be relevant here. Look. This is because LAX is designated as a Class Bravo airspace, which is designation for the busiest airspace in the country. Thank you, Austin.
Very possible, and most likely, right back to the original neighborhood where this pursuit started over an hour ago. So we're going to lose sight of him momentarily.
You didn't know that? This is why this is my topic? No, I know that there's a busy... You think I didn't know why helicopters can't reach the airspace above or near LAX? Yeah, I know. I didn't know the designation was called Class Bravo, but...
If you're familiar with that neighborhood, and there's a lot of folks out and about right now as this slow speed pursuit goes right on by, and we're staying on top of this.
Did that guy hook a Yui?
Just joining us, this is a murder.
Is this guy trying to slow down the
police and law enforcement
potential suspect? What is he doing?
To let this guy go, and now that they had that perfect spike strip, they don't have to let him go because he cannot maneuver or move fast enough to be that much of a danger to society.
Do they not know this is like a murder suspect, man? Like he could, you know.
What is the reaction going to be? Is he going to give up, or is he going to run, or is he going to fight? And we have to be aware that these possibilities exist in a big way.
Wait, what the f***? He's filming?
Suspect Giovanna. This guy.
Attention, a gag order has been issued to HasanAbi on topics related to police chase and air travel.
He could be desperate.
As you were talking, David, the man on the right of your screen was waving his hands and sort of shaking his arms, apparently egging him on or celebrating him. I mean, we don't know. We can only guess.
The back tire, we believe one of the back tires is also punctured.
Is the driver really live streaming? No, I don't think so.
Functioning tire, so be it. But
is
maybe
he?
Both are punctured. We're not quite clear yet. Nevertheless, you could see the damage on this vehicle. One is from a collision with a pickup truck when he was going the wrong way on an entrance ramp. But the rest of the damage looks to be from that spike strip.
Sometimes they do that for sure.
Look at that. Right towards you, Chris.
Westbound Florence, a wild left turn.
This shadow said, please watch Macklemore. Please watch this instead. It's Hins Hall. God, I love this community. There's some real donkeys in here, bro. I swear to God, some real fucking strange people.
And we were able to catch up, but now, unfortunately, we're going to start pulling away from him here as he ventures back into the Bravo airspace towards the airport, and that's gonna inhibit our ability here in just a second. Unfortunately, he made that turn. And that is going to put him. Oh, look at this! Getting back on the freeway.
What?
He might be getting back. He might be getting.
That's
back
crazy.
On the freeway. That's not an entrance ramp. But it's going
How the fuck's he gonna? What is he gonna do on the freeway? He can't go above 35.
To the 110 freeway here. But
hi, chat. I'm at the Jack in the Box They Pass, lol. Nice.
that will put him onto the freeway if he decides to take it. So look at him. He's coming up southbound on Florence. He's approaching the on-ramp here, so maybe this is just a game of cat and mouse for him at this point. I was going to say maybe he's got an idea of where he wants to go. We are just south of downtown LA, looking south along the 110 freeway, and once again, he's put himself in a position.
Oh, look at that traffic.
He's an even thicker traffic.
Oh, it's building.
We're further into the rush hour than we were earlier.
Y'all were talking about how, you know, LA has no traffic. Well, there it is. Okay. You spoke too soon. You spoke too soon, chat. There's always traffic in LA.
Appeared that the rear tires were affected as well.
Look at this. Look at this. This truck is trying to get in the way, trying to get him to stop.
That's dumb.
We thought.
Well,
it appeared that way anyway.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, now it looks like he's decided to get off the freeway again. So now LAPD getting on that exit ramp, getting back onto Manchester Avenue. It certainly appears as though he's making this up as he goes along here. But now we are westbound on Manchester Avenue, and we will see if he comes up through this intersection. Actually looks like he's going to continue eastbound. So
he's a murder suspect, chatters.
On 84th, I believe, coming up on Broadway, and almost looks, if you notice that, guys, it almost looks like he's able to pick up a little bit of speed there. The way he went through that intersection, he's going through a residential neighborhood now. LAPD right behind him as he continues eastbound on 84th.
Yeah, hard to see him from this view now, but we hear from law enforcement officers that pursuit suspects will often return to the neighborhoods that they're most comfortable with, that they're most familiar with. So maybe that is what we're seeing here.
If you notice, guys, he's now done a complete circle here in South LA. So he is
LA is such an ugly city is what I'm finding out from all this is, bro, this is every American city. At least Los Angeles has some palm trees, okay? So what do you mean? Every major American city looks like this.
Opportunities if they were going to give a go-ahead for that pit maneuver, and the fact that we have not seen it yet tells me they have made the decision that it might be too dangerous with whatever information they're working with, because I think we would have seen it already, and under these circumstances, the fact that we haven't tells me they may be just looking to continue the course here.
I guess like there are some in the East Coast that are different.
He is now on the east side of the 110 freeway.
I love LA, but that's cope.
North of
Manchester. What do you mean?
We've been here before. In fact, if I'm not
with
mistaken,
the exception of
I think he has actually
with
been,
the exception of the
right
Northeast that's like better developed.
So this might even be the third time.
And like Chicago,
this neighborhood right along Main Street.
There are parts of Seattle, there are parts of San Francisco that look exactly like this. The only areas that are unique in the way that they look across the board, I would say, are fucking like New York. I can't even say Philadelphia because like there's hella places in Philly that also look like this with the exception of pine trees.
But they also have to keep
I think you guys are thinking of the best parts of your respective cities and not like the parts of your respective cities that look exactly like this, because there's places in Los Angeles that don't look like this.
For a while.
Hopefully get him fatigued to where he just grows tired of this and decides to give up.
Yeah, at some point he will get tired, or the vehicle will run out of gas. One or the other, or another mechanical issue, considering the condition of the vehicle. The other obstacle that they are working with, or the other factor, I should say, is that you have people in the neighborhood who are.
This is also South Side, so
to get involved here, and that really
is part of it
at the end of the pursuit, because at some point they're going to
put the penis music back on, Newsboy. No.
Make sure that that he cooperates, and they don't want to have to use force. But in the event that there is a crossfire situation, they can't afford to have anybody else in their way with cell phone cameras waving the suspect on. So now he has made another turn here from northbound Main. He's now going eastbound on 71st Street, still crawling along here, doing about 25, 30 miles per hour as LAPD continues to make their way eastbound with him here. He is just kind of taking them along for a joyride at this point, enjoying his final moments of freedom. including putting the public at danger. Other
Doors
motorists
open.
have been at risk during the course of this pursuit. Even head-on situations, he's already been in a collision. They have all that information. They know.
No, it's not David that they're chasing, chatters. Jesus Christ. There's not only one murder or murder suspect in the entirety of Los Angeles, okay?
And again, continuing to zigzag
And also, David is not
through
even
Southeast Los
considered a
Angeles here
suspect or a
at
person of
about
interest by the
25
police
miles
yet.
per hour with an unknown amount of gas in the tank. And what appears to be a static situation could change on a dime once he eventually comes to a dead stop. And so, like I said, it just isn't over.
Yeah, they're
till it's
chasing
over.
Netanyahu.
When you see these people cheering him on, it gives you pause because you just don't know how this is going to end. You see people crossing the street here. Some people came completely unknown about the pursuit, but they
This
hear the
guy's
lights
going
and
to eat
sirens
it at
coming
one
through
of these
this part of South
crossroads,
LA.
man.
And just knowing who was behind the wheel here,
That's the
we
one.
know
That is the
what they
crossroad that
don't
he's going to eat it
realize,
at,
and
it seems.
It is a dangerous person, to say the least.
At least he's stopping there at that intersection on a very busy street and letting some of the traffic go by and law enforcement patiently watching him. Obviously, you know, the ultimate scenario is for this to end peacefully.
Oh
no
my
matter
God, this
what,
guy's
so
a
they are
real
willing to be patient about it
Macklemore fan,
and
dude.
let that come to a
In
conclusion.
the wild. I mean, Macklemore's
we are
great,
approaching
but
Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock, and when we get
I don't know
to the
why
5
you're just
o'clock
spamming
hour,
him so
we will
much.
show you some of the more dramatic moments within this pursuit, and you can see how dangerous it was.
Whether he continues the circle or if
I mean,
he
it's
continues
over.
southbound on Main Street, they have asked for another spike strip. So if they have the opportunity,
What more can they
if the
spike?
pattern
Didn't they
continues,
clap all the
they will
wheels?
make another attempt at spiking those rear tires if they have not deflated already. Based on
How
if,
long has it been
if
since we had a
get
chase on stream? It's been a minute.
All right, and as we begin Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock now, the voice of Michelle Fisher, I'm joining David Ono as we continue to keep an eye on this wild pursuit that's been going on for about an hour now. I was in my office getting ready for the show, watching the coverage that's been ongoing, and you have to ask yourself, what is the goal here, you know, after a certain point?
I think the goal is for this to end peacefully, and whatever.
Listen, as long as the wheels keep turning, as long as he's got those two hands on the steering wheel, he is a free man, okay? Until the very last moment. So I think for him, that's the goal. You feel me? Yeah, this is overtime. That's what he's doing. He's in overtime right now. But clearly it's over for him. Because it's over for us at least. David's house was searched. I know, but that was the first day. And then they didn't even prioritize him as a suspect. Or, in the words of Cash Money Patel, Cash Money Baby Patel, a subject. Also, what the fuck is this TikTok? The girl David killed was in my teacher's class.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was this?
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month.
I don't know if he's saying that he knew that one of his students was being actively predated on, okay, by a pedophile rapper. I think he's just retelling what he has heard in the news and tying it back to himself for some reason. Still very strange because, like, as a teacher, it is literally illegal for him to not report that. If there's a suspicion, if he has a suspicion that, like, a random adult is like hanging out and shit in a super inappropriate way with one of his students, like, he's a mandated reporter. He has to report it to the authorities. A mandatory reporter.
The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
Oh, that's what he's tying it back to. He's trying to... Boomers, man. Bro, he's literally trying to say like, no, it's not that he didn't report it. He's saying he's retelling the story from what he has figured out. And he's trying to tie it back to fucking stranger danger and social media, but he's also doing it in a way where he's like kind of clout chasing. It's odd.
Let me tell you another story. Hold on.
Yeah. I assume he's got more stories about the dangers. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, no. Wait, is this new?
Inflated. Unbelievable to see that front left rim still almost intact, despite the amount of distance he's covered just driving on those rims. That rim is intact.
Is this a
I would almost expect by now that we would have seen it start to fall apart, see metal flying off, and see those sparks kind of flying off the vehicle, but that's not happening. That rim, look at him gesturing towards the ice cream truck.
How is he cloud chasing his student secretly filming him? No, like he's trying to tell his personal involvement with a high profile incident. That's what I meant by cloud chasing. I didn't mean like he's putting himself on the internet. I meant that he's trying to look somewhat cool by explaining his association with a high profile victim from the same school, which is a crazy thing to do. But his goal obviously there was to do a scared straight routine. It's not David that they're chasing, chatters. Jesus Christ.